Okay, my name is Hannah Cameron. I'm a grade 12 student here in Halifax, just about to graduate. I ended up at this summit through one of my choir mates, Lisa, who was organizing it. I'm a member of the Phoenix Community Choir put on by Phoenix Youth Programs, which serves homeless and at-risk youth in the Halifax area. And Lisa was looking for some youth to come help co-host her conference here. So Phoenix started as a residential facility for homeless youth. I think it was 10 beds on Barrington Street or something. Several years ago, it was 27, I think. There was just the 25th anniversary of Phoenix a little while ago. Anyway, and then it's expanded since then to include a whole bunch of different things. So still has an emergency shelter, still has a long-term house, residential kind of group home, and then several supervised apartment programs for the transition back into regular housing. And then there are several special projects known as the SPIN, Special Project Initiatives. So the choir falls under that. There's also circus school kind of things. And then there's employment training, various things like that, help with school. Kind of runs the whole gamut, Phoenix does. Mm-hmm. It's a unique community. You know, originally it was supposed to be youth, Phoenix youth and Phoenix staff, and then some community volunteers. And that is still mostly what it is. It's still mostly staff and youth. And it's not like any other community that you're going to find. It's, you know, people who are used to working together in a really, really structured relationship. You know, the staff are in charge of the youth, are suddenly just singing together in a section. You know, I might be a lot of a better singer than one of the staff, and then that really changes the relationship. And it also is a big part of the Phoenix Prevention Program, so there are a lot of younger kids from the area or areas that have been identified as at-risk who come, and it becomes kind of a rock for people. It's 2 times a week. You go there and you sing. We eat together afterwards. We pick all our music together, and it's just a very welcoming atmosphere and provides you with a lot of connections to people that you might not have otherwise, caring adults and such. I think the relationship-first model of thinking, you know, if you can build a community first, then the therapeutic benefits will come afterwards. So I know for me and a lot of people in the choir, you don't get in there thinking, well, I'm going to heal my soul today, or maybe you do, or get over some trauma today, you know what I mean? You think, I'm going to go and sing because I like to sing, or even I just like the people I'm there with, even if I don't even like singing. And so it's a community first. You establish yourself as an equal member of this community. You're all contributing to the choir. You need everybody to make a choir work. And then come the sort of therapeutic benefits of, you know, you learn to speak out in front of a group of people, or you learn to kind of self-identify when you have a problem that you need help with. And the community first model, I think, is done really well at Phoenix. I guess in both in my work and in my, you know, choir and programming things, putting whoever the target audience is in the spotlight is the main thing. You know, I think a lot of, I don't know necessarily about youth work programs because I think they tend to get it right a lot of the time, actually. But a lot of other things that can be challenging for a leader to learn is that if you are the leader, you're already in the spotlight. You know, that it's not your job to do that. And so our choir does that really well with, you will rarely find a staff singing a solo, unless it's helping somebody else sing it for the first time. It's, you know, it's really about pushing that. And that's what we try to do at the camp that I work at is, if there's ever a group discussion or there's something that needs to be led, as much as possible, have it be somebody who hasn't led stuff or hasn't spoken out before, to really, put the focus on whoever is there to be the target group. Mm-hmm. Honestly, sometimes I think my advice would be don't sweat it so much. I know a lot of young social workers or young youth workers or people who just like don't have that much experience who get all bogged down in the one approach that they think is right, or they've been so academyized kind of thing that they can't get out of their shell, and that most young people can get along with an adult if you're just being yourself, that it's the same thing, that you don't need to sweat it that much. And also to give you some space, that you don't really need to be all the time. And the good social workers and good adults that I've seen, you know, put a certain amount of trust in youth and really make sure they know that and kind of use that to their advantage. So say, you know, I trust that you won't do such and such tonight. And so then you go off tonight and you think, well, somebody thinks that I won't do that, so maybe I won't, you know? So, yeah, I'm not being very eloquent.